Hello everyone. So this is the first part of trying to build a skin-on-frame boat. The kit has finally arrived. I'm very excited from Gentry Custom Boats, and this is going to be their Baffin Bay kayak. It should be a really nice looking skin on frame boat. Well, then again, I'm going to be building it, so we don't know how nice it's actually going to be. But let's go through the pieces that came in the kit. So first off, we have the stems. Here we have our, I believe this is the bow. Yeah, this is the bow stem. And it's, that is damn sharp. Look at that. So we'll see what that's like when we actually put it together. And here's the stern. It's just as sharp. It'll be really interesting. What I really like about this is they've made some extra lines here. Let's focus on that. There we go. In case if I want to change the height of the stern, how much it sticks up in the air, I can use a different level here in the angle, and it'll kick the stern up a bit. So that's those guys. What's also interesting is these are the top plates for both the end plates for the bow and the stern. And even though it's really sharp, I wonder what it's really going to be like, because we're going to have gunwales that are going to come and hit right around here. Then there's going to be risers that are going to follow the line and then bring this all the way up to the actual stern with these end plates. Here we have the ribs. There's going to be 7 of them. They're all ordered. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's 5. So you can see here that this is where the gunwales would go, all these notches. The chines would go in these 2 notches, and then the keel down in the bottom. 2, 3. Now 3 and 4 are interesting because we have, they're the only ones that have notches for the deck beams that are going to go up top. Also, these are also very interesting because I'm pretty sure my feet are going to rest somewhere near 3, and then my legs are going to be going through 4. So 4 and 5, that's where the combing for the cockpit is going to sit. It's going to sit right, I believe, on the 2 edges of 4 and 5. And so I'm going to be sitting there and getting my legs through 4, and then my feet are going to rest either right near 3, or I haven't decided yet if I'm going to be using microcell foam as padding for my foot plates, or for my foot plate, or if I'm going to be using foot pegs that can move back and forth. And then 5 and 6 are really cool in that, look at how low those are. 5 in particular, that's where the combing is going to sit. And the floorboards are going to come right around here, and be right there. So that's pretty excellent. The heater just kicked in. And that was making all that noise. Oh yes, if you thanks for joining in. If you have any questions, please just type into the chat room and I can answer anything in real time. That's actually one of the things that are really cool about streaming. is that we could actually have a conversation while that's going on. So, 5 and 6. Combing for the cockpit is going to come and rest right here. I believe. Let's see if it's going to rest right on or right around. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty much going to rest pretty much right on the two frames. They're gonna rest on 4 and 5. No, 3 and 4. 3 and 4. No, 4 and 5. 4 and 5. I'm losing my mind. So 5 is really low, so that's going to be great for laid-back rolls. Look at how if the floorboards are right here, that's where my butt's going to be, and then there's going to be the combing right over here. That's going to be a very, very low back deck. So I'm very interested to see that. Then there's 6, it gets a little bit taller. 7 gets a little bit taller. Narrower as well. And that's the last one, goes right into the stone. This is a big chunk of ash. Beautiful piece. I'm going to be taking strips, 1/4 inch strips by 2 inches. And these are going to be the floorboards, and they're also going to be the boards for the aft deck, because that's where I'm probably going to be sitting down to slide into the cockpit. These are mounting brackets. These are going to be attached to the strong back. Strong back is going to be a 2x4 that is going to hold frame 2 and 7, so that I can build over the time that it takes me the frame, and it's going to be attached to a 2x4 to keep it in line, to keep it in place, to make it to allow for it to not move in all that time that I'm going to be building. And then the most important pieces, absolutely beautiful. This is Western red cedar. These are 12-foot planks, and it's 1 inch by almost 8, so technically 3/4 inches. I'm going to be cutting strips of these planks. They're going to be one, I believe it's 1 3/4 for the keel, and then for the gunwales. The keel and the chines are going to be, I believe, 1 inch by 3/4. And I'm going to have to scarf the pieces together because these are only 12 feet. The boat has to come out to 17.5 feet long. The boat has to come out to about 17.5 feet long, so they need to be together and probably come out to around 18 feet or a little more for them to take the shape and then keep the boat length at 17.5. It's going to be 17 and 5 inches, but close enough. Let's see what else. Then here's sinew for lashing. I've been told by a couple of people to tape up my fingers because after a while of doing that, it'll start digging into your hands and your skin. Needles eventually for the sewing. I haven't really decided the stitch I'm going to be using just yet, but it'll be interesting to see if I haven't decided if I'm going to do just the first in and out and then cross over, or if I'm going to do the one with the 2 strings parallel and then you wrap the skin over it and then go in and out through them. Those are the 2 choices. One is a lot faster than the other, but since this is my first time doing it, I think the easier one might be a better way to making sure it actually comes out well. Sorry for me walking away. I'm just, I tried doing this a couple of times tonight, and then it kept starting and stopping, and yeah. A bunch of clamps, so some spring clamps, and these are all the ones that you can pump and get them to the size you want. And I also now got, this is going to be, it's a soldering gun pretty much, but it has lots of different tips so that I can use it to cut the fabric that for the skinning. Eventually it has to be, not only do you have to cut it, but you need to usually use a hot knife, but they're very expensive, so this was really cheap, and I'm going to be able to get, if I'm careful with it, a nice even cut, and it'll also singe the ends just enough so that it doesn't fray. And that is pretty much it right now. Next, the skin, the fabric is going to be arriving sometime this week, as well as the combing. Dave is going to be making the combing for me, since I don't have the means of bending the wood for it perfectly. He's going to be doing that, and it's awesome. It's going to come in this week, even though I don't need it just yet, but he's just sending everything staggered. So my next steps are going to be taking all of these planks, cutting them into the stringers and the boards. Then the stringers, I'm going to need to scarf them by using epoxy, and I will be soaking them and bending the gunwales so that they take a bit of that, they take a little bit of that rocker already, so that when I assemble it, it doesn't force the frame to go straight. It already has that bend in it. So I'll hopefully be I'll be trying to stream every step of the way, and I'm hoping next time I'm not going to have all the technical difficulties I had tonight, where it just started and stopped so many times. It was a pain in the butt. I couldn't tell if it was working or not, and but it's a learning process. This is also for YouTube. It's a beta version of streaming, so hopefully things will get a little easier. I'd like to be able to make an event ahead of time and then be able to stream right into it. That's what I tried doing today, and it just kept screwing up. I wasn't able to do it that way. But at least I think this one worked. Went through all the pieces, and I will be back on. I'm going to be getting the table saw that I need from my dad this weekend so that I can start cutting the planks for the stringers. All right, see you next time.